Stuff is happening at Michigan, number 1 ranked team in the land, at least for a few more weeks until they play Alabama. We'll see how that goes. But Rob G, give us an update on the latest.
It's the latest in the ongoing soap opera, it seems, regarding Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines. The latest, courtesy of Sports Illustrated. Michigan and Harbaugh reportedly working on a contract extension worth $11 million annually over 5 years. That would make him the highest paid coach in the Big Ten, more than Ryan Day, and the second highest paid coach in the country. Nick Saban makes $11.4 million per year. However, according to multiple outlets, the big hang-up in this deal is language that would prohibit Harbaugh from seeking out an NFL head coaching gig, at least for this upcoming hiring cycle.
Well, Rob, the first thing is, remember we talked about Urban Meyer and where was it that he was rumored to, or I don't even know if he was rumored to maybe go
Michigan
there,
State. That
was in Michigan State. We talked about it. I told you, I was like, they don't care. It's just about winning. And I'm not saying whatever cheating Harbaugh did, I'm not saying it was the end of the world. But Rob, clearly something untoward went on. A couple guys lost jobs. Michigan took the 3 games and liked it, right? At the end of the day, they said, okay, sure. You got all that on us? 3 games, no problem. I'll see you in December. And now here he is getting a contract extension that could make him the second highest paid coach in the history of college football, right off of a cheating scandal. And so that's the first thing. But secondly, I don't think Michigan, Rob, is wrong at all to say, look, we'll give you this contract, but don't go, in January and February and be interviewing with NFL teams. If we're going to sign you, we want you to be our coach going forward. I mean, obviously later on, if he moves on, that's another thing. But in this hiring cycle, them saying, don't interview with anyone else, I think that's purely logical and reasonable if I'm Michigan. And so we'll see, we'll see if that's enough to draw him. I mean, Rob, the fact that it's a reported hang-up or hold-up, that would tell you, right? It seems like he wants to look elsewhere or even maybe wants more money and maybe, will hold that over their head to try to get even more money.
Yeah, I have a problem with the whole contract and the amount of money they want to pay him. I think it's ludicrous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous to pay Jim Harbaugh, who hasn't won anything. When you talk about he's just a shot, just underneath Nick Saban. That's where he is. Like Nick Saban is 11.4, and Harbaugh is going to be $11 million. $11 million for what?
Back-to-back Big Ten titles.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Okay. Nick Saban, so.
Back-to-back playoff appearance.
Nick Saban's gotten it for winning national championships. I'm just saying, I don't get it.
Well, he hasn't done what Kirby Smart's done either.
Nick Saban has won 7 national championships, and he's going to make $300,000 more than $400,000 more than Jim Harbaugh. How?
I'm guessing some of this is just based on timing.
I think it's ludicrous. And if I'm Michigan, I wouldn't give him a contract until after I see whether or not we get our heads handed to us in the college football playoffs like Michigan usually does. And the other thing is,
that's fair.
I'm dead serious, Chris. If
last year they got demolished.
They got embarrassed last year, and
by
they had
TCU.
Right, and we found out TCU was a one-year wonder, and what happened this past year?
And got smashed last year in the championship.
Right, that they didn't even deserve to be there.
I agree that I wouldn't mind seeing. Let's see how they do.
Let's see,
Rob. Look, I'm not saying they're gonna get beat. We'll have to see how it works out. But if they get beat 41-20, I won't be surprised. I'm just going to tell you that. I won't be surprised. Because we've seen that over the years, now maybe it's changed, but over the years, Big Ten teams have trouble keeping pace with SEC
time, Chris.
teams.
Big time. Like it's ugly, the record. I mean, we don't have it in front of us, but it ain't pretty. It's not only losses, it's bad losses. And my thing is, Jim Harbaugh, take it or leave it. We're not going to play this game. Either you're going to commit to Michigan or you need to go ahead on back to the NFL. We're not going to play this. And they're only this one coaching cycle? That's all? No. If we give you a 4-year deal, make you the second highest paid coach, Chris, with no national championships, no big college football playoff wins to speak of, then what is the point? Play hardball. What is he going to do? I don't get it. I'm serious. And I know Michigan, just to be in the conversation, I guess that's good enough for Michigan. Well, as a school that's never won one championship since Moby Dick was a guppy, and that was a mythical shared national championship. Right, that's all they have.
Well, that's the thing,
Bo Schembechler, Chris, he has a statue out front. Bo Schembechler never won jack. That's just a fact. He's never won jack.
Bo Schembechler was a legend when you and I were growing up. Bo Schembechler. And look, and he was a great coach, but he did not ever win a national championship. Doesn't mean he wasn't a great coach, but he didn't. And you hit it on the head, Rob, why they're not playing hardball.
I just don't.
It's because they, as good as they have been historically as a program, you can make the argument that Jim Harbaugh has taken them to heights they've never seen. You can make that argument. 2 straight years in the top 4. And now you talk about, we talked about the cheating scandal. That's something they could play hardball with, right?
Instead of playing
Jim, and I get it. They did beat Ohio State, credit them without, the cheating. And the teams they beat this year at least weren't very good teams, right? As far as when they may have been cheating, getting the signs and things like that. Well, but still, that is something, Rob. It was a negative mark on the school and the program, so they could use that against him. But it looks like they're just happy to be, again, Rob. Would you argue? I know it's not been a long time, but Michigan, would you say that they are at heights they haven't been before? Like you said, they did get the mythical ring in 97.
They did win, right? And last year they had a great year and they got waxed. But I just think if I'm Michigan, I'm not playing hardball. I'm playing hardball. And I'm going to make this guy conform to what we want, which is you can't play us like a fiddle. You can't every year be going out trying to go get offers from NFL teams. Are you committed? This guy was a quarterback at Michigan. He played for Bo Schembechler. Are you a Michigan man, Chris? You know that. Your daughter went to Michigan. That's all they talk about. He's a Michigan man. That's Jim Harbaugh. Stay at Michigan and don't just turn the program around. Raise it to the mountaintops. Win a damn national championship. After that, you could do whatever you want. Can you deliver that for one time to the people in Ann Arbor? Just one. Jim Harbaugh.
What I really agree with you on is you could wait until after the national title game. Now, Rob, maybe they're afraid that if they do win a championship, then this probably is the case, right? Why else would you do it now and not wait until at least you see how the playoff goes? They may be afraid that he would get an NFL offer and take it. That might be why they're like, look, let's sign you now. Maybe they're even saying we're giving you a little more than, we're paying you more than Kirby Smart and these other guys that have won national championships. We're giving you all that without seeing if you win it this year. We're giving you all of this coming off the cheating scandal. And we just want to make sure that you don't leave us this year. Maybe that's it, Rob.